Today, I'm really excited to share a conversation with my dear friend Asanaro. He's a Boabom Master, which is an ancient martial art from pre-Buddhist Tibet, and he is probably the world's leading expert and master in this martial art. It's really a comprehensive system for training the mind and body, so you'll get a wide range of different tools and understandings of the mind in this conversation. Asanaro is just a fascinating character. As you'll hear, he's on a farm in Chile where I worked for a month. He's taught Boabom and meditation around the world. He's developed schools in South America, Europe, and the US, and really just has an incredible understanding of the human condition, the mind, and how to improve our lives through training various aspects of mind and body. So here is a fascinating and wide-ranging conversation with Asanaro.
Okay, first, welcome to everybody and thank you for this opportunity, for Liam and your big work. And I will try to be the more precise possible about this conversation. My English is not perfect. It's not my native language. And
well, it's good. I think people have no trouble understanding you. And also, I just want to interject that the animals you hear in the background are from a farm that I worked on for about a month, where I was working for Asanaro and his team and had the incredible opportunity to also learn some Boabom, which is this ancient system for training your mind and body. So back over to you, Asanaro. Can you tell us some more about what that is? And
yes.
I think a lot of people won't have heard of Boabom, but it's really such an incredible thing.
Yeah, first I will try to define a little the Boabom. And we can say that it's a system or it's an art that balance meditation and movements and defense at the same time. This is like all concepts, but at the same time is new because we live in a society very specialized. That means that martial art is martial arts, meditation is meditation, go to the gym is go to the gym. And follow like a whatever, like a spiritual path is follow like a spiritual path. It's something very, we are very specialized. We live in a society very specialized. For that reason, maybe the concept of Boabom is a little special or outside of the normality for many people. In Boabom, it's a concept that try to balance all this opposite or this, totally different concept about life, that is movement for one side or defense, and meditation or mind for the other side. And for that reason, we can say it's a martial art, it's not a martial art, it's something between. I will say that it's not a martial art because Boabom doesn't work or is not very free with the concept of competition. We try to teach this in a way that each student can develop his own way. And at the same time, we don't participate in championship or, we don't train with the very straight contact between the student, like a very, the classic martial art where you can be in training very strong. This is more like a movement training, a very efficient defense, whatever can sound contradictional, but not necessarily a contact system. Now, other point of view for define Boabom is a mantra. Boabom is not like a word that we translate directly to Spanish or English or any language, like defense or something like that, or art of defense. That could be a close, definition. Boabom is more about a mantra, a powerful mantra that means at the same time defense, at the same time mind, at the same time a way to balance the minds and the movement. From another point of view, always we keep a little separate or independent the concept of movement and meditation. And that is something that for us come together. Each time that we move a hand, a foot, we walk, we are thinking in one way. Our brain is continuing working. So for us, the connection between mind and movement is very strong. For other point of view, why defense? Why a system that work with kind of defense arts, that mean that movements that can be useful from the practical point of view, like a defense. For one side, our first sensation of the life, when we are a kid or we are a boy or girl, we want protection. We want the protection from our parents, from the people around. So the first sensation, the first negative sensation that we have about the life is that we feel defenseless. We feel that we are weak in one way. A little by little, we try to build the confidence through this kind of movement, whatever can sound contradictional from the point of view of the meditation of the mind, or the balance of the mind. Defense or feel confidence is one of the big elements of the life. When you feel confidence, you can start the path of be peaceful, or being balanced. When you don't feel confidence, you lose that balance. And that's, I think everybody has some experience with some people or with yourself, that when you don't feel confident, you feel aggressive. You feel a threat. For us, from the Boabom point of view, it's a big element to feel confidence. For that reason, we can say that this is the beginning of this link between defense and mind. Sorry for our friend around the dogs. Sure, you listen then. Like Liam said, this is a farm. And whatever. You see that with the animals, you see with the dogs, for example, that they are here. The same. They are very sensitive about confidence or no confidence. They know when you are confident or you are not. And they are very, very close to this concept. And for that reason, we try to develop, or the Boabom develop this first idea about be confident through the defense. But confidence, why? Confident because it's the way, or it's one of the way to feel in balance, to feel in balance with yourself, and of course, develop yourself in a better way.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. And you're really pointing to this connection between mind and body that's just increasingly being backed up by the science, that our nervous system, which the brain is part of, runs throughout the whole body. So how we're moving our limbs impacts our states of mind. And obviously our states of mind impact the body. So one of the things I was really impressed with about Boabom is just how many different movements there are. I mean, you use breath work. You have a system of like 10 levels, each one involving so many different ways of moving the body, but it's all very systematized. I'm wondering if you could talk a bit about the history of this ancient art, like where did it come from? And
yes, yeah.
Yeah, and you were actually responsible for helping to kind of systematize it.
Yeah, it's a good point, because Tibet is the root of the art, the Boabom. And Tibet is not very well known about martial arts. Tibet is well known about Buddhist, and about all the religious concepts, philosophy concepts. But the people doesn't know a lot about this link between Tibet and martial art. The truth is that in Tibet exists many systems of martial art that are not very well known. And the root of the arts that come from there was taught in a way very close, between a family and a family way, and not in a very open way like we are trying to do it now. Continue with the history of this kind of system in Tibet. You can find many other ways. Like one of the famous was the Beka system. Beka was a kind of wrestling that many Tibetan practice. No now, I will say not now a lot. We have other kind of system that some Buddhist sects are developing now, like the Salung is very classic. Salung is a kind of yoga exercises. And then you have others, other systems that are not very well known, because this is a big argument, or we can go hours speaking about this. It's a problem about concept. The Buddhist concept is very strong about be peaceful, about kindness, and then you have this little contradiction with any kind of system that can be like a martial art. More when this kind of system have a very deep roots in all the system that we call now Bon. The Bon was the old religion of Tibet, but no, Bon is not like a formal religion or a formal way how we understand Buddhism or how we understand Christianity or any religion. Bon was more like a very family system, a very, I will say, more linked with the shaman way. And from that line, or from this kind of, a way to understand the life, more linked with the earth, with the natural thing, the bone, all the tradition from Tibet, all this tradition about the well, the mantra, the flags, the lungta, the pray flags, this system, this way to have some deep respect for the mountain, from the trees, from all the natural thing. All this come from Bon, from the old way, and the Bon was a big influence from the Buddhists. So Boabom is more about this old way. And now, how this arrived to the West, that is a big history. It's a very interesting history. And one of the first teachers came in the 60s here to the West, to Brazil exactly. And from there, he developed, or he tried to teach this to a very close group. And that was what the first generation of this art here in the West. Now, this Tibetan teacher, he took his own way, and he was not agreed to teach this in a very open way.
And he was your teacher?
Yes, no. He was the first teacher here this was in the 60s. I was the third generation. He had very close student, and from there I learned. I have my teacher, and I can say that I am the third generation here in the West. And but all this first generation and second generation have this concept about be very close, how to teach this. For them was a very complicated system. Is a very, that you must to be very ready, very focused, very dedicated, close like a monk. But always you can develop this kind of way in a very, I think, in a more open way. That was my thinking, and for that reason I have my full develop. But in one moment, being free about how to teach this, I decide to teach in a more open way and try to have a more clear programs, in a way that you can learn this in a very open way, any place with anybody, and be a little the rebel, you want to say, or the black sheep, and break a little this tradition about to teach very close. I think we are in a time, and we are in a moment in the history of the humans that we need to take the risk of to be very open in all the same of view, from the old point of view. We need to be very open. We need to confront big challenge all around the world. We have this disease now, we have ecological problem, we have social problem, we have many problems that we need to confront in a very open way. I think my concept about how to teach this, whatever is a little opposite to the formal tradition about this kind of art, is formalize the art and try to teach it in a very open way with the idea that this can, give some new point of view about the life and help many people for develop their own way and give something positive to the world. I think the Boabom can teach a lot, have this very complex system about movement with the concept that is true, that because I saw it, that you can be years learning this and always you are learning new movements, new system or new ways to challenge your mind and body. But always in a balance, not with extreme challenge. That is a big difference also with other kind of martial arts, or if we want to say martial art, or meditation. Here I want to speak about this idea that have many martial art about competition or about to overwork with the body. Overwork, I said, when you say, okay, I will break bricks, I will do this and big challenge. That is not the way from Boabom. And in mind, from the mind point of view, it's the same. Sometimes in the mind, we try to break bricks and do crazy things, do things that are beyond of our reality or the real thing or the mid stage that we can follow. I think Boabom is more about this, like a mid stage that you can develop a lot when you go step by step, developing your body, creating some energy, some inertia. The same with the mind. You can do a lot, but don't try to do crazy things. Understand?
Yeah.
Don't try to challenge your mind beyond the reality. Try to be normal. And that is one of the big concepts of Boabom that I think I try to understand with the time, with experience, beyond learning, beyond the formal learning, you have the experience. And my conclusion is that balance is the thing.
Yeah, that was one of the things that was unique to it versus other martial arts that I'd kind of dabbled in, is that there was no showmanship. I mean, obviously you do some pretty cool stuff, but there was emphasis on having character traits like being humble. And it was clear that it wasn't about one-upping the other guy or giving this big display of strength or anything. It was just, like you've been saying. But you do some pretty cool stuff. I mean, also we should mention that archery is part of it too. So there's so many things that you're mastering, but at the same time, you're not showing off.
That is good that you point that, because this made me think in something that I was thinking some days ago, that how we can define Boabom. And also we have the idea about like a organic martial art. Try to follow the idea of martial art, but add this idea about organic or ecological. Why? Because it's not about only one kind of movement. It's about many systems. The formal school of Boabom teach three basic systems, plus the meditation also. But the first one is the part that we call Seam Hassani, that I wrote the first book about Seam Hassani in the 2003, more or less, and it's going around for a long time. And this system is about slow movement, about relaxation, about the stretching, about a lot control of the breathing techniques. And parallel to the Seamhasani or gentle Boabom, we have like a strong Boabom. The Boabom that is working with the different arts. That is a strong movement, fast movement, where you use, all the body, and you can do many cool things, you are saying, and it's a power system where you sweat a lot, you are very, very inside of the moment, and where you understand the meditation from the other side. In the Samhasani, you understand the meditation from calm down the mind. Try to be very quiet with the mind, very focused. In the Boabom, it's about like a shot, like boom, something that happened very fast, and you don't have time for think. The moment, you must be very focused in the moment because you don't have time for think. You need to be there, body, mind once working. And the third way that you was speaking, is a way that is work with elements. Work with elements. Elements we call staff, the archery, all the system that imply have things on control things with your hands. And all these three elements also develop others, more complicated, like the boabon that is kind of defend that is only on the floor, the boabon that is kind of defend like only like wrestling when you take somebody, and many other ways that you can work the body. And why we do that? Why we do it in this way so complicated in one way? Because it require a long time, for learn and dedication. It's because the power or the big capacity of the mind. We are very flexible. Our mind is very flexible. For that reason, we can learn many things. More we learn, more flexible we are. More you train your body, more strong you feel. Now, what is the balance? Is no overdo it. Always you keep a balance. You learn with time, in a relaxed way. I will say like in a constant and relaxed way. No overdo something. Some people sometimes say, okay, I will do this intense class, whatever, or this intense workshop this weekend and work out like crazy full weekend. And after that, they don't do nothing. No, the idea is be constant through the time. When you are constant, you can learn many things. And then you can take the mind and the body to other level. For that reason is that the Boabon himself have this full variety of system that you can start for a very gentle way, a very simple way, or you can start in a very strong way, and you can develop elements like staff, archery, or many other way to work with the body. Always with the idea of keep the mind in a very sharp way. I don't know how I can say, keep the mind clear, like a kid, with the capacity of be excited about everything.
Yeah,
More things
right.
you do, more things you see that you know a little, very little things. More more is your capacity for be surprised about the life. I mean,
Right. Beginner's mind, that Zen would call it.
yes, yeah, exactly. So
That
I
actually,
think, yeah.
well, that actually
Uh,
reminds me of another. Well, sorry, finish on that first.
yeah. No, that is the point. That is the big point that I was saying that in the end, we try to learn in this way for understand that we have a lot to learn. We increase this capacity about be surprised about the life and enjoy the life at the same time. Tell me.
Yeah, and it reminds me of another thing that I just found important about the Boabom system, and I'm curious where it works in, if it's something that's actually formally taught, or if this is because there was another book you wrote, Bomso, about dreams and imagination and lucid dreaming. And it strikes me that in the modern world, we're living in at a time when things have become really two-dimensional in a lot of ways. In other words, where we just kind of see things flatly the way they are, the way we label them and kind of put them in a box, and we don't see them fresh. We kind of just think we know a lot about how the world works. We think we kind of get stuck in a story about ourselves and about how the world works, and then life can take on kind of a gray, meaningless tint to it. Whereas there's this emphasis, it seems, in Boabom about really cultivating an imagination that's able to think creatively. It's able to see meaning, like create meaning in the world, because really we're adding meaning to the world with our brains all the time. It's constantly doing this on its own. So it's just a question of cultivating that imagination. It seems like that's another thing that's emphasized.
Yeah. Yes, it's a good point. It's a really good point, and for that reason, we developed through the Boabom this universal concept where we include the meditation, of course, and the meditation that is implied in the moment, and the formal meditation where you sit down and you work with your mind different ways, but at the same time, the dreams. The dream is I have a book about this the Bamso, the art of the dream, and of course it's a big element. We forget that the half or 1/3 of our life we sleep, and we are alive. We are alive when we are sleeping. We dream a lot. Yesterday, the night, I was thinking about this interview, and I was dreaming with you all the night. I was speaking with you in English. My formal language is not English, but I was speaking in English in the dream. You was doing some question, I was answering you. We were walking, and this, you see how the mind is funny, because the dream is a rainbow. It's a full of different options. It's not about only projection or psychic projection, and we call when you travel in the dreams or you fly. All that is very unreal, but also the dreams is a way to train you. You are training yourself in the dream. I was training myself yesterday in the night, trying to answer your question and try to speak English, because I am speaking Spanish here all day long. My English a little a little rusty. Because I was speaking in English, speaking with you. I was training myself through the dream yesterday in the night, in special. And that happened. The dreams, or when we are sleeping, we have a full rainbow to explore. That can be like a game, can be like a way to train ourselves. It could be like a way to open the imagination and do things that we cannot do through the day. Could be a way to travel, to explore. Here we can have a discussion. This is real or not real, doesn't matter, but happen. We have a full wall to the dreams. Now, some people, I know that they don't, sometimes they don't dream, or they don't have memories about the dreams, but this can be training.
Yeah.
This can be training, but must be training in a very relaxed way. Cannot be training like I am the winner. I am the guy that dream more than you. Must be very relaxed, must be very natural, and it's possible. It's possible, and you can enjoy your dreams, and you can have very nice experience, and then you see how. Speaking about Boabom, how these arts have this huge way to understand the life and enjoy the life. Understand the life because we want to enjoy and want to be surprised about the life. That is a big thing also. Yeah,
totally. And to your point, everyone has about 4 to 6 dreams per night, whether they're remembered or not. So It's just people who say that they don't dream. I think it's more they're not remembering their REM sleep.
Yeah, of course.
And if you start writing those down, or you start paying attention to them, then it's amazing how they just you do start to remember them, and they have a lot of relevance. It's cool that you were prepping for this interview. Did I get the questions right in the dream?
Yeah, more or less. I think I was worried about my English more. But no, that's happened a lot. And I see many people when they have something to do the next day, maybe they are more open to dream. Sometimes when you are stressed also, you are open to dream. Sometimes some people, when they have a stomach ache, they have a stomach problem, have more option to dream. It's a very funny, it's a very special thing, you know, about the trips. And but it's, you can train that. You can, and now you can train it. I mean, this is not something very strict or square. You can have all your will to dream, and maybe you will not do it because maybe you put a lot of energy into do it, and that's block you. This is about relaxation and about the sensation of the body. For that reason, it's so important for us the training of Boabom. For that reason, it's so important because more the body is relaxed, that is the mind that is relaxed. And for be relaxed, you need to take away extra energies. We generate energy all day long. We're a machine that where we have food, we inhale, exhale, we have experience with other people. So we have like incoming energy in one way. I don't know. It's a way to say, you know, like the energy is coming in. Now you must to take that energy out. So that means I have food, whatever. I need to work physically. I need to work my body, sweat, and then I clean that. I recycle that. Come in, come out. I recycle that. So it's contact recycle. Contact recycle. In more imbalance this through the exercise and the right exercise, your dreams are better because you are more relaxed. If you are very tense, the mind or the electricity of the mind, or for some people the soul, or you know, that's very fine part of the mind, will symbolize the stress in bad dreams. Can symbolize the stress in bad dreams, and or you don't want to dream because better don't see it. If you don't see bad, you close your, you don't want to see it. But more relaxed you are, you will be more open to dream. Less fear you have, you will be more open to dream. You will accept anything. You will accept your own monsters. You will be free of your monsters. And after that, you will understand them and you will understand why they are there. And then no more fear. And that is a big process about this link. You see very clear this link about exercise, the fine arts, confidence, movements, energy that is coming in, energy that must to go out. And then good dreams, the dreams speak you in one way, speak about you, and you feel, okay, this problem that I have is this. And it's clear now, and now I can go beyond. And you go to the next step. This is not that you will resolve the full life, because that is not the idea, but you walk comfortable. You walk through the life in a comfortable way.
Now, there's three principles that you write about of Boabom. Could you talk about those? Impermanence and
it's a we summary we try to do like a summary of the main idea of the Boabom through three thinkings. These are a different level of three thinkings. In the first level of the three thinkings, or we call it the foundation, the fundaments, or how the things are in one way, we call it, the first is the we call it Uya, that means web or net. The second we call it Has, like when we breathe, Has, that means movement. And the third one we call it with the mantra Om, that is everything of the cycle. These three elements is how the life happen beyond of any moral judgment. Everything is connected. That is the web. Anything that you do affects something. Anything have connection with everything. For that reason, I am here in the farm, because one of the the good way to open the imagination, open the dream, is the farm, is be outside on the forest, with the tree, with the hill, with anything, or walk around. Connection. Connection is a big element of the life. And more today, that anytime I think we must to be more aware about this, about ecology, why we are affecting the ecology, and how we can help the ecology. Because this connection can be negative, but it's positive also. And at the same time, beyond of this further thinking, or the further impression about the life, that is connection, the web, the net, come a second element that we call the movement. Everything is in movement. In the Buddhist tradition, in general, they call this impermanent. Everything is impermanent, I think. That is the right word, impermanent. Movement is close to impermanent, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Why? Because we can say, be young, be a young guy, young person like you. Is impermanent? You can say, yes, it's impermanent. You will not be young in 20 years or 40 years. But for us, it's not that it's impermanent. It's that the youngness, the factor or the quality of being young is in movement. Now you are not the young guy. Now it's the other person, the young guy. The quality of being young is in movement. Understand? We move through. It's not that it's impermanent. The life is impermanent? No. The life is in movement. I will not be alive from one point of view. But the life is there. The life is a movement. The life went through me. Going through me. And this is a different concept that is almost the same, but it's not the same.
Well, it makes sense from like a physics standpoint too, because just your atoms will go into the next life form, and you also have your kids. So it's matter is always kind of reforming into other forms. Yeah.
Exactly. The moment is the concept moment is a mantra that we call it has. Has mean like like the breathing. When you breathe, you see, that the main concept of the moment, the breathing. And made you think that if everything is moment, that means that you have some kind of power over the moment. You can move things. If you have enough time or enough focus, and you understand that things are connected, and you understand that things are in movement, you can move things. You can move things in the positive way. You can move things also in the negative way. We know that. But also the same power can be used in a positive way. And that is one of the big lessons of the philosophy of the art, you want to call it the philosophy of the Boabom, that you have the power to move things. Now it's your option how you move the things. You can move fear. You can move peace. You can move harmony. You can move be annoyed also. You want to be annoyed, you can be annoyed. Understand? It's your power. But if you want to be kind, or you want to be respectful, or whatever you want to be, you can do it, and you can affect others, and the other can affect you, and you start this movement, this positive movement. That is very important idea today, more than any time I think, because we're more and more connected, more obvious connected. Always we can be connected, but today is very obvious, and more connected with the natural environment. Also, over these two big foundation or fundaments of the philosophy of the art, we have the last one that we call the Om, the big mantra. The Om, is a universal mantra. And this has many meaning. One of the meaning is that everything is a cycle. Everything is in constant cycle. That means that if we use this cycle in a positive way, we can move things, and we can return to positive all the time. Whatever we feel negative, always we have the option to return to the positive, to a balance, to harmony, or like in Buddhist say the kindness, all the positive thinking. Always we can move. Nothing is stopped forever because the moment that means we can return. But at the same time, or this universal concept, have other meaning that is very important to keep in mind. Always we will have a mystery in front. Always we will have something that we cannot resolve completely. And that is the big present of the life. Don't give everything resolved. We will have this mystery of something that we never will resolve in the end. And that is good. That is good because that is the way of the kid, the boy, the girl, that when you are a kid, you are all the time exciting because you don't know, what is that? And and that is the capacity, and that is the also, the capacity of surprise yourself. These are the three main concepts of foundation of the art, about how we understand the life in one way. But over that, you have another three. The next three, in a very, I will try to say very short. We have these three concepts, this very classic, the body, mind, and art. Everybody have a body. Everybody. You don't have a body, I don't have a body, we are not speaking now. Everybody have a form, have a body. The body, at the same time, is in once. This is doesn't happen separately. It's not 1 and 2 for us. It's one. Body, mind happen immediately. So it's like a normal consequence in the mind. And at the same time, because cannot happen separately, these three concepts always come together, the same with the last three, happen the art. Art for us is no Boabom. It's not, must not be like, only Boabom is the art. No, no, no. Art is the way of life. How you live your life. Everybody, every human, every living being have a way. Everybody have it. It's no life without way. For that reason, for us, body, mind, and art way happen at the same time. It's like once, three once. You like a person, like Liam, myself, like Asanaro, or any person, have a way to understand the life. When you lose the way to understand the life, in the end, you lose the life. The person finishes it in a very tragic way. When the person loses the way to live, is searching for the death in one way or another. It's very tragic to say, but that happened. For that reason, it's very important to keep the body clean, the mind clean, and that make the way to came out in a natural way. If your body is relax, with a good training, with good exercise, with good food, it's clean. You keep your body clean. You keep your environment clean. You don't have this. You wake up and you do your bed. You sweep your room. You do simple things like that. You train your body. Your mind at the same time will start to be clean. And when your mind starts to be clean, your art will be there. Your way will be there in front of you in a natural way because are together. For that reason, it's very important for us, these three elements: body, mind, art, or body, mind, way, also you can say. This is a vital thing. And for that reason, we justify in one way, or we have the fundament of all the Boabom system, why we work so strong with the body. Because we must, or we want to keep our mind clean all the time, very open, and understand our way. What is our way in this life? Our art to understand the life. That can be anything. Can be a painter. Can be like you to teach in meditation. Anything. But more we keep our body, mind clean or in balance, more will understand this way, or will be more obvious in front of us. And then you go to other three thinking more and more deep. That's the student can meditate about it. The student can understand in a natural way through only the exercises, and are very obvious. The other three ones is that you speak something about it, is more a concrete code of life, like something more concrete about how we behave. We speak about discipline, respect, and be humble. That are three elements very important for us. Discipline, you want to do anything in the life, you need discipline. Respect, you need some frame, some, how I can say, some limit. You need to respect others. You need to respect the thinking of others. You need to respect yourself. You need to respect the decision about how others develop their own art. And you need to understand that your way is your way, and the way of others is the way of others. I think that is something very important. And at the same time, the last one is be humble. And this is linked with the Om, that always is something that is out of our control. Is be humble like a way to be, but at the same time, a way to understand. To understand that we have limits, the other people have limits, and we must to be very simple about how we do things. And more or less that is the big summary of the philosophy of the art. I speak about this in the book, The Art of Meditation. The Art of Meditation, or Recycling with the Mind. I call it Recycling with the Mind because I was thinking in ecology and trying to do the, compare all this thinking with the natural things that go around us and how we affect them and how we can affect them in a positive way. But that is more or less the summary of the thinking or the philosophy of the Boabom.
It's beautiful. And yeah, so much wisdom there in those kind of principles or foundations, and really just sounds like a roadmap for optimal mental well-being, for a life well lived. And also it's cool to see parallels to other traditions and how these are really universal truths. I mean, you can see it like Buddhism. Some of what you were talking about reminded me of Taoist philosophy, and other ancient traditions, which I think just shows that universally this is how the human mind works. And these are kind of the wisest people who took the time to think about these things came to similar conclusions about how to really live the good life. And it's really inspiring. So there's just three kind of rapid fire questions I wanted to pose to you before we sign off here. Are you ready for those?
Yeah, tell me.
Who is your favorite historical figure?
Wow, it's a good question. Wow, I never. I have some favorite. I will say by periods, because in some period of my life I have some, and the other period I have others. In the last period, these last 2 years, I will say, the last 2 years, I have been exploring a lot the Western philosophies, a philosopher. And I explore a lot I like a lot the Stoicism.
Nice.
Like Marco Aurelio, Meditations.
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius.
Yes, because thinking more in the social and political problems that we have all around the world, and try to find a solution inside of the Western mentality. And from the Eastern mentality, I like a lot Confucius, the traditional person, like a very practical, and how Confucius understand the ritual in a very special way. For the Western people, the ritual is a kind of useless. We say, no, ritual doesn't work. We want practical thing. Go to the point, whatever. But Confucius have this, this link with the ritual and the formal things that I like. I have been reading a lot about him, about Confucius, about Marco Aurelio, about Seneca, and all these big philosophers also from the West. And more because this time, Maybe I cannot say that are my favorites from all the times, but and these last 2 years, from all these social and disease problems, trying to understand a solution from the old time to modern time, and try to have a bridge between the West mentality and the Eastern mentality, the people from Asia, from China in special,
right,
from Tibet. Tibet is a very special mentality in a way. I am very close to them, but more from China, like a big power, and USA like a big power, like a way that represents the West in one way, and how we can have something that unify us, not separate us, and how we can understand one to the other. I will say, I will summary my favorite in these two, maybe in Marco Aurelio and Confucius in the other from the other side.
Nice. Yeah, I love it. Marcus Aurelius is really incredible to me because his book Meditations was really just his notes to himself, like his personal diary. And as the most powerful man in the world, he could have done whatever he wanted to, but he was so principled and disciplined.
That is like he did the best for try the right decision inside of all the circumstance that he was. Very very difficult, and it's very difficult. You must to be very strong for take right decision when you have power, because you know that the power. The saying, the power corrupt, and full power corrupt absolutely, corrupt you fully. So when you have power, is the moment for take the right decision and do the right things. And I think everybody, you, me, everybody have some kind of power, and we can take right decisions. And this is a challenge that we have to understand day by day.
So the next question is, what's something that you do every day or most days that helps your mental health outside of your formal Boabom practice?
Wow, it's a good question. I do a lot more. I like to do poetry. I like a lot poetry, but I like also be here outside in the farm with the animals, run with the dogs, going bike around with the dogs, and have a good time, and try to laugh a lot. Try to laugh a lot. Some people that know me say, "Wow, you are good. You are a funny guy." But I think it's good to be open to laugh and open to enjoy the life, and try to take this thing very simple and do simple things like walk, like enjoy with the animals, go around with the animals, and all the farm things I like a lot. All the things that are linked with the lands. And for that reason, we have this project, that we call it 108, or our ecological project. We'll try to develop and to put in practice, in the practical way, all this concept of Boabom, about connection, about moment, about life, and enjoy the life. I think the other thing that I try to do a lot is enjoy the life. Whatever the Boabom for me is enjoy the life from the other point of view, but that is more or less my day by day hobbies.
Nice. I was really fortunate to get to partake in some of that for a month and just see the benefits of getting your hands in the dirt and connecting with the animals and hunting for the chicken eggs and all that fun stuff.
Yes, and also work with the air. Remember doing holes like
yes, hard work, but
hard
rewarding.
Work. Yes,
no need
work.
for the gym.
Yeah, no need for the gym. Exactly, hard work. No, the farm is sometimes through. May you work.
All right. So the last question is, if you have a 15-second commercial that goes out to the world with some message that you'd like to leave people with, pretty much anything you want to tell folks, but imagine that it's going out. Everyone in the world will hear what you have to say in 15 seconds.
I will say, enjoy the life, keep yourself in movement, keep the body, mind clean, And welcome to Boabom and any way that you choose for keep your mind running, body, mind.
Nice. Wonderful. Well, if folks are interested in picking up Boabom, where can they find beginning classes and where can they find your books?
Yeah, all my books are in Amazon and in some store around. You can go to Amazon and search for Asanaro. Asanaro, I don't know my spelling. My in English for me is not very.
It's okay. They'll see it on the title.
Good. Yeah, you can search for Asanaro. There are all my books. From exercises like Sam Hassani, The Gentle Way, Boabom, The Strong Way, and also from meditation and some novels. And then about classes, we have all the system online and some front-to-front classes. I think they are doing some front-to-front now in Boston, but almost all of them now are online also. So they have the opportunity, anybody can have the opportunity for take the class. You only need to go to the page bostonboabom.com, bostonboabom.com, and then they have some open classes that everybody can take for free, like a way to test a little the system. And after that, you can join our classes online in any moment, any point that you are, with this connection that we have now that has been positive for open the art to more and more people. So everybody's welcome to online, bostonboabom.com, and you can take classes. Also, you can take classes in Spanish from boabomsur.com, but also you can be connected through the Boston Boabom, and they can give you the link for the Spanish or any other language. You're welcome.
Nice. Well, listen, this has been so much fun. Thanks for making time for it.
Thank you to you, Liam, and congratulations for your project. And I think you are taking this way to the opportunity that you have in the life. Like you are you're a smart guy. You are a person with a lot a positive thing that happen in your life, and you are using it well. And that is good. Always use the positive for well, and you are doing very well. Congratulations. I hope that many people from your generation try to do the same in each one in his way, something positive like this project about FitMind, and congratulations. Thank you to you.
Thank you.
And we say in Boabom, Soham. Soham is our greeting, our way to wish the best for everybody. Everybody or all us are one. We are one. Soham.
Soham, yeah. And give my best to Amanasu, to El Tonio, Hidam, Piero. Give my best to everyone.
Everybody will be happy to listen to you.
I missed the 108. It'll hope to return.
Yes, I think soon we will be more open. And I hope that all these negative things bring good things and more experience about the life for everybody. And we will be around and welcome. Soham.
Well, and also another thing before you sign off,
tell me.
If you do open up those 3 Mexican girls, I think we're excited about working on the farm. So maybe
we are open now. This only that the buffer system is almost no people there, because I think the border of Chile are a little limit.
Okay.
I don't know if they can take some kind of tests before to come, and maybe they will be allowed. I don't know very well the rules now in the border, but a little complicated about all this thing about COVID. But we are open. We are open to receive a buffer, no problem.
Okay. Yeah, I hope that works out. But yeah, it was really good to hear your voice again. Glad everyone's doing well. And yeah, give my best to the crew.
Yes, thank you. And I don't know how was my English, because after my dream yesterday, I don't know if I practice a lot.
Really good. It was right on point. It must have worked. I mean, whatever you did in that dream worked.
That was good. Okay, nice to listen to you, and I hope to see you soon around on any place on the world.
Okay.
Okay.
So hum.
Soham, have a good one.
Soham.
Soham.